This podcast is powered by Lions. Use discount code HARDNEWS10 for a 10% discount on your festival outfit. Welcome to a brand new episode of PLAFONDDIENST, the Hardstyle Podcast. And truly believe us, but we try to do one English episode every month, but it was such a hassle with all the schedules and everybody's tours. But we're finally back with one of the most requested guests from this entire season. And I truly say that from the first episode, you requested this guy a whole lot. My name is Wouter from Hard News, and as always, I'm joined by the one and only Marijn, who is making his way as a DJ and producer under the name Flux Overload.
Hello, everybody.
Marijn, it is true, right? This is the most requested guy of the entire season.
We got so many comments. When is Unresolved coming to the podcast and stuff? So, yeah, we're glad to have you over here.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that, and I'm happy to be here. You know, even though I'm not really a podcast guy, but let's try it. You know,
there's a lot to talk about. That's perfect. Well, we already spoiled it, but anyway, I'll finish the intro. This is the artist who is one of the pillars of the raw scene for years now, and he's known from his dark and also relentless energy. And this year, it was a massive year again because he was also responsible for the Decibel anthem. Besides that, he's been touring around with his Final Reckoning, and also he stands tall for one of the leading names in the raw movement. From the underground to the main stages, please give it up for Unresolved.
Hey!
Ihor, welcome once again. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm actually, very good.
Perfect. Well, let's start at the beginning because later on we'll also talk about your Maassilo event, which has been sold out for years, every year. But let's start first. You're having the Italian nationality.
Ukraine nationality.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
But you also moved to Italy, right?
Yeah. So the thing was like when I was 10 years old, I moved from Ukraine to Italy. So I just lived like 10 years in Ukraine. And then I moved to Italy and I lived 17 years in Italy. And I never had the possibility to take Italian nationality because in Italy you need to have like a regular job and you have to have an income a year to even apply for nationality. But I was too young, to have a job or anything. So I never got a chance to have an Italian nationality, so I'm still stuck with the Ukraine passport even now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But you speak Italian, right?
Yeah. My main language is Italian. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sick. So you're all over the place.
Yeah. So even if I go to the embassy from Ukraine and I request a new passport, I try to speak or English or Italian to them, and they're like, we don't speak any of those languages. You have to speak Ukrainian. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't speak Ukrainian because when I was 10 years old, I left Ukraine. So they are kind of like proud of the language, thing. So they don't want to help you in any other language. So I had to ask like people around if they speak English or Italian to help me compile some paper,
But you do know some words in Ukrainian.
Yeah, I know some words, but I cannot have a proper discussion because if I maybe start to talk in Ukraine and then they say something else and then I'm like, I don't understand you.
We have that with English as well.
Yeah, for me especially.
So my main language, I will say it's Italian, and now especially in the last years, English. Since I moved to the Netherlands, it's English.
Okay, and why did you move from Ukraine to Italy?
So the thing was like in Ukraine back in the days was like just the collapsing of USSR. So I was born in 1991, and that was exactly the year when the USSR fell. Yeah, the situation was really disaster situation because there was no jobs, and my mom was struggling to find a job and to give me a future, I guess. So she went to Italy for 2 years, and then she went alone to Italy. Then she found a job, she found a house, and then she come back to Ukraine to take me away from that kind of life, And I remember we had like an apartment, a single room apartment, and my mom sold it for $100. That was the price. That was already a high price. So she sold it $100 to a neighbor, and then we just moved to Italy. We changed completely life, And then I did my school, I did my studies, and all of my friends. I did everything in Italy. So I basically have a little memory from Ukraine, you know.
Oh, damn. How such different times and different environments for selling a house for $100.
Yeah.
There's not something that we come up with here.
I wish it was nowadays for €100.
Holy shit.
In 2001, you know, that was like good money. For Ukraine standards, $100 for an apartment, that was like, I don't know, maybe 20K today, you know.
Damn.
Years later, from 2001, when I moved there, in 2011, so actually 10 years later, I found out about Hardstyle. Yeah, that's actually another story. You want to?
That was my next question. So how did you get in touch with Hardstyle?
So the thing was like, I never heard Hardstyle because from where I'm from Italy, Calabria, Gioia Tauro, I never hear Hardstyle, you know, because it didn't exist. So I was with my friends in a city center, so we were just walking, and there was one guy with a subwoofer in the car, and he was like boom, 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 and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, I was kind of scared but intrigued also because it was fast, and I never hear something that fast. The next weekend we went with my friends again out, and we see the same car. It was a Fiat Punto White with the subwoofer in the car who was pumping Hardstyle.
You even recognize the car.
Yeah,
you remember the car.
It's in my memory forever, you know. So after 3 times I see the same guy, and I was like, okay, I have to search it. So I went to Google and I searched like fast BPM music, fast tempo music. The first thing I saw was Defcon 1, then Decibel, then I found out about noise controllers, rawstyles, headhunters, Zatox also. So then I was like curious and intrigued. And from the day I found out Hardstyle, I was addicted. I had it on my ringtone on my phone when I wake up. You know, when I went to sleep, I listen to Hardstyle to fall asleep. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's really crazy.
So I fall asleep sometimes with the headphones with the Hardstyle music, and I wake up 2 a.m. and I was still pumping Hardstyle, you know. But I was sleeping like a baby, by the way. So so this was 2011. Then forward 2 years, 3 years, I was addicted into this music, and I never can do any party because we had no Hardstyle parties there, you know. And the only close party which was to me was 1,000 kilometers away at Discoteca Shock in Turin.
Oh yeah.
So I never did any Hardstyle party, but I was addicted to it. I was searching it every day. I was following all the festivals, all the DJs and everything. Yeah, and then what happened there? Something clicked in my head that I want to make this music, and I just don't know why this happened. But I just want to make my own version of Hardstyle somehow. So I remember I make like maybe €100 a week. So it was like €400 a month. So I worked the full summer. I make maybe €1,100. And I pay for my DEFCON weekend ticket with flight and hostel in Amsterdam with other 6 people in a hostel, by the way. That's another story. But so I save up the full summer to just go to DEFCON to experience Hardstyle live, you know. And to be honest, this was the best decision I ever did in my life. Because it changed my life completely, you know. Because after I went to DEFCON and I was at the blue stage, and I remember at that time I saw like Alpha Twins, Ihor, Digital Punk, Moredin.
Oh
yeah. So I was like, okay, I have to do this kind of music, you know, because it gives me energy. I was at the blue front row for the full 3 days, by the way. Then I went back home. And I was already practicing with FL Studio with making music, but I was never on that level where my tracks can be supported by somebody, you know. But after DEFCON, I think I make in the next weeks I make Gangsta, Children of the Night, Perversity, West Coast, all in a span of 3 weeks.
Damn,
oh, really?
Yeah,
full on productive.
Yeah, full on productive. Yeah. So this was around August, September. I had these tracks ready, and I was spamming every fucking body from the scene, every DJ. Probably they maybe Technoboy, Toonboy, Zatox, Tatanka, Kronos. I spammed them all my music like already since 2012, but they always like rejected. They're like, no, your style is too old, you know. But in 2014, I was like, okay, I'm gonna still spam till they play my music, you know. So I was spamming them every time, and then I remember it was Loudness in November at in Rotterdam. I sent my music to Regain, to Jason Payne, to Adaro. E-Force, I remember. So everybody who was playing on that lineup, and I remember my music was played at least like 6 or 7 times.
Damn.
By Regain, I think played. I think Jason Payne played. I think Adaro maybe played also. And the next day was my birthday, 16 November, and I got an email by B2S, Casper, And he was like, "Hey, bro, I heard some of your music yesterday night at Maassilo. No, in Rotterdam. Yeah, Maassilo, Rotterdam.
Maassilo, yeah.
And are you interested to play in Klokkenbouw in Eindhoven next year?" And I was like, man, that's
what a birthday present.
Yeah, what a birthday present. And then from that, it starts all the bookings and everything. You know?
Oh, damn.
And by the way, the guy who was with the Fiat Punto,
Yeah.
he was the tour manager of Zatox.
What?
Yeah, what? Exactly. And I was like, how in the world a tour manager of Zatox, because Zatox is from Rome, so it's from the middle part of Italy, and Calabria is full in the south. So I was confused in my head how a tour manager from him, he can live there, you know? But he actually, I got to meet the guy and I told him, you actually make me discover hardstyle. And he was like, but at that time I was the tour manager of Zatox. So I was going on the weekend to him to Rivers and Defcon. And then during the week, he was touring around the city with the car, pumping Zatox music, you know? So yeah, it's crazy.
I was already thinking, is he driving Zatox around in a white Fiat Punto?
Yeah, man. If that was the case, I'll ask the picture or something. You know?
Oh, but that's cool, man. That's crazy how things can turn this way. Yeah, that's cool. And later on, at what moment, because you got your first bookings in the Netherlands, at what moment did you actually move towards the Netherlands?
So before the story of Klokkenbouw in Eindhoven, I also participated on a DJ contest, which was Bass Protocol, September 2014. I remember the DJ contest was like, you have to upload your mix, and your mix has to contain your own music, and then you have a chance to play in the Netherlands. So that's also, besides Defcon, I also fly back again in September to play that DJ contest. Also, all of my expenses, by the way, all the flight and hotel. And I was proud of that, you know, because it was the first time I can play my music and hardstyle in general in the Netherlands, in the country where hardstyle is born, you know. So that was unofficial because it was a DJ contest, was paid by me, you know. And then in November there was like the Rotterdam story. I'm sorry if it's all confused, but that's how it's in my head, you know.
We can still follow it.
Yeah.
So then Klokkenbouw was the first official booking, and I remember from that moment, from Klokkenbouw, I started to play almost every weekend, you know, so all the small clubs and everything. And yeah, was a lot of flying involved. I remember I was like, yeah, I'm flying blue gold like in 6 months, you know. Yeah. So,
Insane.
And then at one point you were thinking, okay, this is too many flights. I need to go to the Netherlands.
So the thing was, I did that live from March 2015 when started my career till March 2017. So I did like 2 years every weekend, 4 flights at least, because there was no direct flight from my city. So I had to fly Lamezia to Rome, Rome to Amsterdam, which was 2 flights. And then on Sunday I had to fly Amsterdam to Rome, Rome to Lamezia, which was 4 flights. So 4 flights every weekend. For 2 years, I was exhausted. After 2 years, I was like, oh, I hate flying, you know. And when I just started, I was like, I love flying, you know, just get me out of this country, you know. So yeah, 2 years afterwards, I was like, okay, I have to do something. I have to be done with flying. I just want to drive to the event and that's it, you know, just be there with my car. I remember I had a booking somewhere in February in the Netherlands. So I sent a lot of emails for houses to search in the Netherlands to rent. And I found one in Zaltbommel, which was
There
like
we go
of all
again.
places.
Yeah.
Out of all places. By the way, it was not even Zaltbommel. It was like Zulichem, which is like a fraction of Zaltbommel with like maybe, I don't know how many people live in Zulichem, but it was really small. So it was a farmhouse, and attached to the farmhouse was like a skin. There were skins from the sheep, so they probably were killing the sheep. They removed the skin, they lay them next to my house, you know. So the smell there was
not very pleasant.
No, was something.
But you always had a jacket.
From the ship, yeah. And so yeah, I basically sent email to like 1,000 houses, and of course they didn't reply to me, you know, because it was sketch, you know, a guy from Italy want to rent a house and he's alone, and how we can trust him to pay the rent and stuff like this. So luckily that house, because nobody was interested to, the first moment I saw it, I told them to the agency, which they showed me the house, I told them, okay, I'm gonna take it. Really? They were so happy, you know, they already almost give me the contract to sign, you know, and normally they were like, no, there are other people interested, but there was nobody interested. So after 1 month, they give me the keys, and I didn't have my own car. I had the car of my mom. So I told my mom, I'm moving to the Netherlands. She was like, you what? I was like, yeah, I'm going to the Netherlands because, that's my goals. I want to play there. I want to live this music. I want to be fully involved with hardstyle, And so my mom was like, you know what, go, try. You can try 6 months, a year, and if it doesn't work out, you can always come back, So she gave me her car, and I start my road trip to the Netherlands, which was like 3,000 kilometers, maybe, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I packed my car with the essentials, which was 1 baggage of clothes, my studio, and 1,000 of panels for the wall,
Yeah, for the acoustics.
Yeah, so the acoustics. That was my car, And then I put the flag from Unresolved on the back, And I start my road trip. And I think around 2-3 days I arrived in the Netherlands, and that's how my life started in the Netherlands.
And didn't you get checked at the border, as in, what is this guy doing with all the acoustic panels?
So I was thinking somebody will stop me for sure, because it was like a Fiat Punto, grey Fiat Punto loaded with studio equipment, with baggage, all with blankets from the couch. And so I start my trip. I wake up in the morning, 6 a.m. I take my car, start to drive 30 minutes. The police stop me on the highway.
Really?
What you do and where you go? And I'm like, I'm going to the Netherlands. And they ask me, you what?
What are you doing?
Yeah. So then I explained them where I want to go. I don't know if they actually believe me or not, but they were like, okay, he looks normal. He don't look like drunk or something. So, okay, we let him go. So they let me go. And from that moment, nobody stopped me anymore to the Netherlands.
How did you get from the airport towards the event? Did you always have a taxi driver, or what went on?
So there was a situation. There was, back in the days, 10 years ago, they booked me, and I had to play in a random club in the Netherlands. And I remember my driver, they told me, okay, you fly to Amsterdam, there is a driver waiting for you, and he will bring you to the hotel and then to the location. So I landed at the airport, and I'm searching my driver, I'm texting him, and he's outside with a Volkswagen Golf, 3 Series, 2004 or something, and pumping hardstyle super loud, and he's drunk.
What? Your driver was drunk?
Yeah. And I was like, I was at the beginning of my career, and I was like, I couldn't say anything because I didn't know what to say, So I was like, hey, man, when he started to talk to me, he was really talkative the full way, And then we had to stop on the first gas station because he couldn't drive anymore because he was so drunk, and I had to drive him.
What? You have to drive him? What?
So basically we switch seats, and he asked me, do you mind to drive? I was like, no, it's fine, So for me, first time driving in the Netherlands, in another country, with a car which is not mine, driving my driver,
Driving your driver? So how weird is that?
Yeah, so then we drive, I think it was 1 hour driving or something. I drive him, everything was good. He was still drinking beer, by the way. Then 10 minutes before to arrive to the hotel, he told me, wait, I live here, I live in the city. Let's go to my house first because I have to take something, and then I bring you to the hotel. And I was like, yeah, fine, We go to his house, I meet his mom, his father, we shake hands. Sitting in the living room in the couch, with my bag, with my DJ back there, And he was done in 5 minutes. Then we sit in the car, and I drive again, him and me, to the hotel. I tell him bye. That was it. That was my...
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was a really weird experience,
Wow, what the fuck?
And I survived, by the way, because I drive.
But also for the parents, they see their son coming in.
Yeah,
with just a random artist.
With some random Ukrainian guy in the Netherlands who don't speak English, because at the time I also didn't speak that much of English. For them it was all normal, so probably he bring random people in the house like that, like he bring me,
Damn.
I know, they didn't say a word, by the way, the parents. They were super cool, they just say nice to meet you.
But also that they know that their son is driving, and then he comes home drunk. How does that work?
Probably he told them, hey, this guy is driving me, so...
It's like flying your own pilot.
that didn't happen yet. Maybe it will happen soon. But after that episode, everything was kind of smooth, and now I will never let the situation happen.
I can understand.
And also, you got quite the cars to drive yourself with, so
that's another story.
It's another story.
How many cars do you have?
3. and I'm the only driver in my family. But yeah, the car story, you know, I'm such a big fan from the automotive industry, you know, so I always loved cars, but I never could afford them, you know, and now because my career is doing a bit better, I finally can afford the cars I always dream of, you know, and so I have a M3 G80 and then I have a Porsche Macan GTS and the Audi RS3. Yeah. But the RS3 is for sale, so if you want it, DM me on Instagram. Because my girlfriend don't agree that I have 3 cars, so I have to sell one.
It's all about balance.
Yeah. 2 is fine, you know, but 3, you know.
So if you already got your ticket for Bloodline, then you can also move up to
you know,
the car.
I think we can do something. You know, if in 1 year, because this car is for sale since 1 year and nobody wants it. I don't know why, but it's haunted. I don't know. But in 1 year, if we still have it for Bloodline 2027, we will do a giveaway. Oh. If you buy a ticket, you can get a chance to win a ride with me. No, you can win the car, maybe.
So, indeed,
Yeah, but it's a good idea, right? Maybe I can do like a wrap on the car with the Bloodline 2027 and then give away the car on the night of the event, you know, or the day of the event.
And then you have like one giant driving billboard for your event throughout the year.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm gonna be probably minus because if I give away the car, of course I'm losing. Yeah. But you know, it's I think it's something cool. Let's see.
Well, later on we'll talk about because you also founded a record label and you've done loads of stuff. But first we go to our regular segment, and that is the PLAFONDDIENST. And now it's time for a regular chapter of the podcast, and that is the PLAFONDDIENST. If you have a festival frustration, something you bump into at the event, then please let us know and send us a voice clip at PLAFONDDIENST the podcast on Instagram. And this time we got our very first video message. A video message. Okay. So I'll turn the screen down here and we'll put it in the montage as well. But guys, I'm really curious about what you think of this festival frustration. There we go.
Yo guys, what really frustrates me at festivals is I just can't walk around without people thinking I'm unresolved.
Oh my god.
When they ask me a picture and they tell them I'm not him, they don't believe me. I get this over 100 times. That's really frustrating me.
I can understand that this might be a little bit of a festival frustration. Okay, so for those who are just listening on Spotify and don't have a screen, well, we also included the video, but there's this guy who really looks like Unresolved.
Yeah.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, it's actually, he's a big fan also, you know, so Toby.
I can tell.
I can see indeed.
Toby. Yeah, you know, it's nice to have dedicated fans like this, you know. So, you know, actually, one episode at Decibel, it happened. I was eating on tables, you know, where there's the food stands and everything with all the fans, you know. And a girl came up to me and she was like, "Are you Unresolved?" I'm like, "No, I'm Toby. I'm a copy of Unresolved." And she was like, "Oh," and then she go away.
I'm the Unresolved for table.
But when she go away, sometimes she was turning, like she was confused. It's him or it's not him, you know. So it's good to have somebody like this because then I can be a bit free sometimes, you know. Yeah.
He's part-time Unresolved.
Yeah, part-time Unresolved. Unofficial Unresolved.
Can you also take 2 bookings at the same time? As in, he'll go to one booking and you to the other.
You know, my actually idea was to get a booking at Carnival Festival and let him play my set. Maybe I do like a pre-recorded set and he can go on stage and I can go in the crowd.
Oh, that would be really
I would
nice.
just wear a jacket from Unresolved with a flag, you know, and he can be there on stage. I think that would be something cool also to experience my set from the crowd, you know, without being, you know, with pictures and stuff. Yeah.
This is really funny though, because he really looks like you.
We actually also had a situation at Decibel when he make a tattoo for me and I make a tattoo for him, which is this one.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So he make the blood drop on my leg and I make a blood drop on his leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was I think it's on Decibel TikTok or something. Yeah.
Oh shit! So you actually
inked
him for life.
Yeah, I had to choose like a fun moment when I do a tattoo to a fan or something. So I think Toby was the perfect guy for this, And then and this was not in the plans. We decided there that he will do a tattoo to me, I think I had too much style. So
So it could have been a giant back piece as well.
Yeah, it could be, or on the side.
Oh yes.
But how did the story go of Toby? Like, why did he decide to look exactly like you?
I don't know. It's just random, I guess.
Yeah, but also that he is a huge fan of yours.
Yeah,
wears always your merch, and he just looks like you.
Yeah,
That's how random is that?
I'm grateful for my life, and I'm grateful to have fans in the first place. So even situation like this, I'm happy to have somebody like him. It's not I'm not annoyed or anything like that. So I'm happy to have a fan base who care about my music and about me, So that's,
you're probably the only one who has someone that looks like you.
Yeah.
I don't know any other DJ that has like a similar guy that looks.
It's
like him.
unresolved.
No, we got a Mutilator. Mutilator
yes.
has a lookalike.
Really?
Yeah, Jones.
I know also Regain had a lookalike.
Really?
There was a video of a guy slapping himself in the neck, a bald guy, and he Regain one time shared that video, and he was like, "Guys, this is not me." I don't know. I had to search that video, but it was like the same guy like Regain, but he was slapping himself on the neck. Somebody probably know it.
There are some lookalikes, as in Soundrush always try to imitate a certain artist, but that's more costume-wise. It's not like this is full-on legit a lookalike.
Yeah.
So if you're looking like an artist, send us a video message.
Send a DM.
But to come back to the frustration, I don't think we need to solve this problem, because if he's such a fan of Unresolved, then he should be. And if he by accident looks like him, you can't really solve it, or just maybe change the haircut or something. But
but I think he also enjoyed the picture part.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just fun for everything.
Yeah, of course.
So and he also I have to do less work on the crowd, because half of the pictures goes to him.
You should pay him.
So in this case, we'll leave the festival frustration unresolved.
Unresolved, yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Okay, Ihor, talking about the development of your career, because we already talked about the early years, but later on, you really climbed up your way into the scene, and you were standing at every festival. And besides that, you also founded Resolved Records.
Yeah.
What made you decide to start this label?
Yeah, back in the days, like when I started to release music, I was on Gearbox. So, of course, I had some labels before. I think DJs United Records and some others maybe. But Gearbox was my real breakthrough, so to say. So 2015, I signed with Gearbox, and then I released all my music with Gearbox. 2015, 16, 17, and then in 18, I noticed something. I was thinking that my music didn't fit anymore the Gearbox vibe. So I was thinking okay, that there has to be some solution to this. And then I spoke with Phil, and Phil, the owner of Gearbox, and Phil suggested me to do a sub-label of Gearbox called Resolved Records. But the Resolved Records was actually my name, but he wanted to do a label for me that I can be free to release my music when I want. Because also with Gearbox was the timeline problem. So if I have a track and I want to release next month, was not possible because I had to wait maybe 2-3 months and stuff like this. So we decided together to launch a sub-label of Gearbox, which probably less people know, but Resolved Records was a sub-label of Gearbox for all this time. Not anymore, by the way, but it was for all this time. So I got help from Phil for the distribution part and stuff. So I created a name, Resolved Records. I found the cross logo, which was, by the way, on Google. So I just said, what? Yeah, I know. I just searched some, cross or symbol, because the Resolved name came out from Unresolved. So Unresolved is my DJ name and my person. I'm Unresolved also in private life. Yeah. And then I was thinking what I can do plays with words to create my label. And I was like, okay, Resolved sounds good with the RSLVD. So I come up with a label name, with the logo, and then we set up the full thing with Phil, and then I started to release my music on Resolved. and I had more freedom, That's what I was searching for. I was searching freedom to release my music, and that nobody, let's so to say, like a AR or something, can check my music if it's good to release or not. If I finish a track, for me it's good. Nobody has to say if it's good or not. That was my full point. Yeah, that's how it started. So now I have my own label since 2018, basically.
And what artists were there? Was it only your label on your own, or did you have other artists?
So my plan with my label was only to have freedom to release my music. I never think about sign other artists or anything like that. So we had other releases during the months and weeks, but they were all guest releases. So we released all the music from hardstyle to raw to uptempo to hardcore. We did this from 2018 till after COVID, I guess. And then after COVID, I was like, I need to do something more with this label. It just can't be just me releasing and everybody else guest releases. So my goal was to make a group of it, to have artists sign it, maybe 4 or 5 artists, and make a nice group of friends, producers and DJs, to be together creative, to share the same goals and stuff like this. And I was never able to do that because I don't know, my music doesn't really fit with a lot of artists, so I feel like some tracks were good for guest releases but not to be signed, and this luckily changed last year when when I was hunting for MC Flo to sign for Resolved to finally get something out of my label, And then Flo had actually the same idea because he wanted to do his own label with called Confusion Revolve. Before that, you see how the story is confused in my head. Before that, I already had Uncaged signed to Resolved Records, So after COVID, I think 1 year later or something, we signed Uncaged. So Uncaged was the first official signed artist to Resolved. And then last year, when I spoke with Flo had this idea of the label. He already wanted to do a label with Cold Confusion and Revolve on his own. And I come up to him on the perfect time. He wanted to make a label, and I needed artists for the label. So we matched together, and then that's how we signed on Revolve, Confusion, and MC Flo. And now I think we are a nice group of motivated artists, and we share the same goals. We did a writers' camp this year. The boys play at at my hosting at the Intense, and we play Decibel, and Rebirth Festival. So also Confusion and Revolve play at DEFCON this year. So it's very good. I never expected it will grow already as much as it did in 1 year. So I'm happy about that.
Well, it's kind of unique that one of your first targets is an actual MC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know, there is something about Flo. He has the same mindset like me, He's a hustler, he's motivated, and I don't know, we just connect in that way, and I knew from that moment I want to do something with this guy, something work-wise. because we share the same. I feel every time I talk to him, we share the same goals, and we share. We just connect, somehow. So I want to work with Flo. That's why when I had my live act Red Blood, I was without MC, and then when with Bad Blood, I connect with Flo, and I bring him. I think it was for half of the season. He was with me or something, and so. I like how he brings the energy on the performance for my live act, and then for Final Reckoning we set him up for the full year for Final Reckoning live. That's how our friendship was born, and also he connect more on the label, and everything just fits together, properly.
Yeah, that's how Resolved Records really grew.
Yeah.
And what kind of is there a main genre in the is there a typical sound of Resolved Records or?
Yeah, there is. It's how people call it nowadays. It's OG Raw, So,
what do you think of the term OG Raw?
I don't know. I have double feelings about it because we don't want, of course, to be also my music. I don't want to be classified like a classic raw style. I want still to be fresh, which I think it is fresh. It's an evolution of the raw hardstyle sound. And if you call it OG, it sounds kind of like it's classic raw. So automatically. We frame ourselves in a label from the past or an artist from the past, and I don't like that. I like to see things on the future. So yeah, we call it OG Raw, but it's mostly we just make music which we like and which we connect with. So and I think Revolve, Cold Confusion, we have the same taste in music. So of course hardstyle has different variations of hardstyle. But I just connect with the guys for my kind of music, you know, and then the OG Raw term was born by the fan base, you know, so... If you want to call it one name, it's OG Raw probably. Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't really matter for you if it's OG Raw or just Raw.
Yeah, but probably in 1-2 years there will be a new name. But our music will stay that, you know, will stay the same, you know.
What will be the new name then?
Well, maybe we need a time machine to let that know, because
Time Machine Raw.
Yeah, a time machine. Raw.
Yeah, I will just call it Hardstyle.
Yeah, or maybe Raw Hardstyle. Like
Raw
just
Hardstyle,
to keep it basic.
I consider myself a Raw Hardstyle artist. That's it. I don't consider myself a OG Raw Hardstyle artist. So.
Yeah, I do think with OG Raw there are like a few people that really carry the name, and those are the biggest artists, such as Unresolved indeed, or Regain or Rejecta, and everything beneath that isn't really coming through with the OG Raw sound, you know. So
yeah, you know, to be honest, I also. That's another topic, but I also feel kind of disconnected to the full raw hardstyle situation, you know, because of course I make that kind of music, you know, and like you say, few artists can really bring me something in me, like Regain. If Regain release a track, anytime he release a track, it brings a fire in me to I'm like, oh man, look at this track, man, I have to do something else, you know, I have to kind of be on his level, you know, so it's a kind of nice friendly competition now. It's not even competition, but it's a nice friendly way to bring motivation and
you're pushing each other.
Each other, you know. And if Regain was not here and there was nobody to push me, like I was like kind of lost, you know. And that's what I had years ago when I hear any track released, I was like, man, that's amazing, you know, I have to make something like this. And then the week after there was other like 10 releases. I was like, Jesus, man, what is going on, you know? It's the music, it's amazing. And now it's like, it's
so much divided now.
Yeah, like, now it's like one track a month that I don't know. If it's about me. I don't think I lose love. I just lose interest in the new raw hardstyle.
Yeah,
you know? It's not for me.
Yeah.
I think also my popularity grow in this way because I stay true to my sound and I never follow hypes. You know, I don't follow hypes because I don't like. I always was thinking if I make music which I like, I will find people who like my music for the music I like, you know. So
I want to point out because like there are like a lot of artists at the moment that really get their hype within 1 year and they grew extremely high, and then they just keep it like on the same page and they will eventually fade away again. And what it is with your sound, it was like since 2017 or something, you grew constantly, like, how do you say that?
Steady line.
In a steady line, indeed, and that's maybe the whole difference between...
I feel of course I cannot see it from the eyes of the others. I see it from my eyes, and I saw like 2015 when I just come up in the scene, I was going up. 2016 I was going up, and then something happened when I moved to the Netherlands. I was a bit confused. 2017, 2018, 2019, I was a bit confused what I want to do because I hear... the new styles emerged in raw hardstyle and they were number one on hardstyle.com, and I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong because I was not number one, you know. And so I was really confused in that years, and I also had private life situations, so I was confused on what music I want to do or what music I want to bring and how to be successful. I really didn't know that, you know. And then COVID hits and everything went to shit. So I was like, okay, I have, you know, now after COVID, I have nothing to lose. So I'm just going to do whatever I want, whatever makes me happy, and that's it. So after COVID, I was back in time with my music to 2015, 2014, 2016 with Red Blood, my live act. So I was like, fuck everything, you know, because I feel like after COVID, that was the worst point of my career because I had no bookings and my fee was really low and my music was not doing good, you know. So I was like, fuck everything, and I will just do whatever I like, and I'm gonna go for that.
Yeah.
And that was my first ever live act, by the way, Red Blood. And now you see live acts like every month there is a new live act. But that's another story.
Many stories.
But I make Red Blood, and the goal with Red Blood was to bring the original Unresolved sound, but in a new fresh jacket, so maybe some new kicks. Still keep it raw hardstyle, but bring a lot of screeches back, which I lose during that years. And that was the best decision, second best decision I ever did in my life.
So many decisions.
So after I make Red Blood, that the full thing explode, you know. My popularity grow, my social media grow, my music grow. And now after Red Blood, it's a constant growing line for me, you know. So I noticed that in every aspect, financial aspect, work aspect, music, collaborations. Now collaboration wise, I'm doing collaborations since 3 years with everybody, you know. I don't have time for my solo music. And before I had like maybe 20 solo tracks, and every time I tried to aim for a collaboration, it was always like, we're gonna do it, but I'm busy now, you know. Maybe if you type me in 1 month, and then I type in 1 month, I'm still busy, you know, type me in 1 year. And now I don't have to type to nobody because all the collaborations are coming up to me, you know. So it's like, it's a weird switch of the situation. And I'm also in this scene 10 years, and my popularity explode after 10 years, you know. That's crazy.
It's really weird, especially if you're working so hard, and then indeed with all the loads that you've got, and then
you know, like
exponentially.
Like I say, after COVID, like the Red Blood live act was my last actually chance to do something, because if it didn't work out, I really don't know what I will do now. Because I remember financial situation was really disaster. Well, it was a big disaster, you know. But that's another story. But
now from what I've heard is you already put a lot of work in those 10 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, COVID happened, which was a shit time for everyone. From what I've heard, you've also worked like in the back stores of the warehouse of Cool Blue.
I worked 8 months by Cool Blue, Tilburg.
Yeah, just to get the money in, of course.
Yeah.
But keep this in mind that in 3.5 years, these last 3.5 years, you've grown that much that not only your financial situation has been improved, but also that names like Radical Redemption didn't stop talking about you. You really stayed true to your sound, but while doing that, you grew that much in popularity that you're now one of the leading names in Raw, like we mentioned.
That's the most crazy part. You know, it comes when I less expected. You know, I didn't expect that I will become popular all of the sudden. You know, like you say, Radical Redemption. He was my biggest inspiration. You know, and he was a cool guy. You know, when I see him at events, I say hi and hi, but that was it. You know, there was no more to it. You know, and then. We become more close, and then of course Marshall Mayhem live act now with him, you know. So we become more close in the recent years. So this all still feels unreal to me, you know, because I was hustling, struggling for all these years, and I was making kind of the same music, and it never happened anything, you know. But that's a lesson like for anybody in life, you know. You just have to do what you like the most. Just keep doing, never give up, and eventually you will make it.
So it's not like Marijn mentioned with the hype that one track gets out and then whoop, your career explodes, and then afterwards it fades away. But it's the groundwork that keeps that steady line upwards.
Yeah. And I feel mostly like for me the hype don't come from my music, it comes from the parties. So every time I play somewhere, and I noticed this already since after COVID, even before COVID, but it was less. But after COVID, no matter where I play, my stage is full. So, you know, sometimes I have...
Sick flex, though.
I can flex on something. You know, so most of the time I am like was this year at Rebirth on Sunday, and I played my Final Reckoning set, and I was kind of worried because the Sunday was I didn't saw it at full, you know, the stage, so I was like really worried that we will be empty, you know, especially when I'm playing my live act. I put so much energy in it, like the music, the visuals, the intros, the full story, the behind it. I want it to be perfect. I want to have a crowd to play for it, you know. I don't want to have like a half stage because it really demotivates me. I remember I went on stage, it was full till the end, you know, and then so that's something which I'm glad, and it's happening every time I play somewhere. So it's
that says a lot.
Yeah, you know, I usually don't like to flex, but because
sometimes you gotta
not that kind of guy, you know. So, but it's nice to see, you know, and I respect so much, my fan base, you know, and I will be always grateful for, because I have this life only because of my fans and nobody else, you know.
Yeah, there's something to be proud of. And one final question about the label: where do you see it going in the next few years?
So the goal is, so we were with Gearbox as a sub label. We got a new distribution partner, which is Dirty Works, and so the goal. So the goal, of course, is to grow the label, to make our team stronger, to be present on lineups, to be present on social media, and grow more than ever. We will do also new writers camp next year. So that's the plan.
Cool stuff. So a lot of cool stuff
incoming.
Like more growing the label.
We just want to be like a stable top hardstyle label, So we're also thinking in the future, because now we are kind of framed with OG sound, of course, as a label. So we are actually thinking maybe to expand somehow with some other kind of styles, because I'm also a uptempo fan, by the way. So I listen to all kind of music, but also I'm a fan of uptempo. So I listen uptempo I like, but I cannot release it because my label is not a uptempo label, because it's a hardstyle label. So
maybe you used to have like an uptempo alias as well, right?
Yes, UK Air Resistance, which now the name is kind of Ukraine Resistance,
But those track names though, Ik ben DJ.
Ik ben DJ, yeah. and by the way, the vocal was by me.
Sorry, the vocal. Yeah.
Yes. So I remember it when I make Ik ben DJ, and do we say the lyrics? No.
We can of course say the lyrics. Yeah.
Okay, who want to say?
I'll say it. Ik ben DJ, dikke tieten, kom neuken.
Dikke kont, kom neuken. Yeah. So
what does it mean?
I don't know. I don't speak Dutch, but the story behind that, I play in a club, some random club in the Netherlands, and I didn't know Dutch. So a fan told me, he writes this thing on the paper and he put it on my pocket, and he say, next time you play or something, you have to say these words. And I didn't know what it means, so it was kind of a joke. So he put it on my pant. Then I come home and I found this paper in my pant, and I was like, I will make a track of it. I don't know why, but I make the track of it, and I call it Ik ben DJ, and I send it to Party Racer, I think. Party Racer didn't want to release it because he didn't understand the lyrics.
Yeah. What?
What? Because was my lyrics, was my voice, Yeah. But then I make War Cry, and I pitched the idea to FNOIS and Party Racer, and then we decided to make a collab of it. So we released it as Scarface and Unresolved War Cry on Party Racer Records, and that's it. That was my short career in the uptempos here. But I had to close that chapter because I had to focus on Unresolved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, back in the days, I was already listening your music for a while, and then in the UKR Resistance came up, and then you had one other track, Don't Fuck With.
Don't fuck with me. DFVM.
I was immediately I really didn't like uptempo or anything, but that track made me feel like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah. That was one of the first tempo tracks that I've heard.
I think because if a raw hardstyle DJ make up tempo track, it's kind of bring freshness or something. Because I remember that track was actually my first ever track I make up tempo track, and I sent to Party Racer, and he played the track on the Master of Hardcore main stage.
Oh, really?
So I was like, what? I make hardstyle like for all these years and nobody support my music, and now I make one up-tempo track and they play it on the main stage of Master of Hardcore. So then I was like, okay, I have to do something with it, and then I create my alias and the logo, the press pictures, blah, 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 and then I make few tracks. Yeah, it was 6 months, and then for force majeure, I had to close it. Yeah. Because I had to focus on Unresolved, and probably was a good decision because I had to focus only on one act, and then you see how Unresolved name grow. Yeah. But this was back in 2017, by the way.
Yeah.
But just because we're finally doing an English podcast right now, and we're still throwing lyrics as in Ik ben DJ, what does it mean?
Well, I am DJ, big tits, big ass, come fuck. How easy
it's not
can
my
it be?
fault. They put a paper in my pants. It's not my fault.
And you happen to make a song out of it.
And somehow my hands make the track. I don't know how.
It's a good thing that MC Flow is now part of your label. You can come up with the lyrics.
Hey, maybe we should do a follow-up. Huh?
Yeah, maybe.
DJ 2.0.
Yeah, the follow-up. Ik ben producer. Okay, then we're moving on to the next chapter of this podcast, which is always the top 5. Yeah, it's time for Marijn's segment. He always comes up with some kind of list. It's always the top 5. And believe me or not, these are not well funded. But this is a fun list, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Always. Yeah.
What do you have in store for us this week?
Well, I have the top 5 persons you'll always find at a festival.
Oh, like the stereotypes.
Yeah, the stereotype kind of festival goers.
Toby.
So, yeah, for example, yeah. Toby. No. On number 5, I have the filmer. He records like every drop, even though he will only watch it once afterwards. So there are like too many of them. And
Rawi.
yeah, for example, indeed, yeah. On number 2, the disappearing friend. You're always with a group, and then he says, I'm going to the toilet. And then you find him back like maybe 8 hours later, back completely wasted most of the time.
Oh, the Houdini.
On a side quest.
On side quest, like it's a normal job on the festival.
Okay, and number 3?
Yeah, the earplug promoter. Like everyone is wearing earplugs, but some of them aren't wearing earplugs. Whoa, wearing whoa.
Me.
My ear.
Drink Castells, bro.
No, are not wearing earplugs, and then I'm also doing that a lot. Like, just wear your earplugs, man. The decibels are like over 110 maybe or 120, and even though they are not listening, but the tinnitus is growing like so much faster with every day. If you don't wear those earplugs, you don't wear them.
No.
Oh damn!
Hey, but wear your earplugs. It's difficult, right?
It's a difficult word, man.
Okay, that's right. Wear your earplugs.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
But why don't you do it? Because you lose like the quality of the sound, or you just don't like it?
So the problem is I never wear them before, so because I didn't know they exist. And then sometimes I saw DJs with the things in the ears and I was like, what is this? And then I saw earplugs, 300 euro. I was like, man, I can never afford that, So I didn't wear them for financial situation. But then after years, of course, I was more financial stable, so I was able to make them custom made. And the first time I wear them was DEF CON 2017, and I couldn't hear my monitors.
Yeah.
So I had my monitors to the maximum, my headphones to the maximum, and I couldn't hear my music, and I couldn't enjoy it properly. And I was like, after that, you know what, fuck it. My ears already fucked up, so I will not wear them again. And now, of course, I have them with me sometimes for emergency. But I think because I listen loud music since I was a kid, and in my car I had a subwoofer, I always listen loud music since I was, 5 years old or something. So I don't have pain in my ears. Maybe it will come later on, but I know it's. So don't listen to me. Wear your earplugs. But my ears already fucked. So
the damage has already been done.
It's already. It cannot be reversed.
All right, coming in on number 2 is the philosopher, and that one is like always talking on the when the drop comes. Like he's talking about live, or how is your financial status?
Foto maken.
Yeah, or maybe a photo maken indeed. They're like constantly talking whenever you want to go all out at a drop. So, and they deserve the spot on the 2. But the number 1 is the wristband collector.
Wait. We go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 2 and to 1.
Wait, what?
How does it work?
Do I really fucked it up? Shit.
It's
All right,
confused.
Well, then it's number 5, I think.
I think so as well.
Well, anyway, the last one. Let's keep it that one. The wristband collector.
Oh yeah.
There are some guys that like usually always wear so many wristbands, and there is one particular guy, and he's called Edwin Lutyens, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Without t-shirt.
Without a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Only wearing his all his wristbands. I do have to say I have much respect for him, because he comes from Switzerland, I think, or something
like that, yeah.
and he goes to like 40 or 50 festivals per year.
I see him every time, by the way. So,
yeah, and it's a really cool
dedication,
and a cool and down to earth guy. But I just have to think about all those wristbands on his arm, and it's insane actually. But
he's wearing like a reversed t-shirt. As in there are so many wristbands.
I think it's just like proud to show to other people maybe who are not listening hardstyle where he's been,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't think he will wear it like every day on his job. I think he can take it
because how
off,
does that work in regular life? As in.
Well, I think I believe he has a pretty decent job as well. So I don't know if you'd have to wear those wristbands during the day.
I don't know.
But and
when he's like a lawyer, with all the wristbands.
Well, I've been there. You see. No, but Yeah, there are like a lot of people, but this guy really stands out. So.
For sure. And I just saw a TikTok of him that he dropped like the amount of festivals because he has skin cancer.
Oh,
really?
So he only visited like 20 festivals this year because of his condition. So we wish him all the best.
Yeah,
sure.
of course. Yeah.
And I think I say for everyone, he's a legend. He's visiting like so many events. So
indeed.
Get well soon.
But yeah, this is my top 5 or top 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
What kind of stereotype are you yourself?
Well, I'm just like the quiet enjoyer in some ways.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm like enjoying the music and listening. More like a listener, maybe. Not maybe like a party go all out, but more like listening to the music when the next track is coming. You know, that kind of stuff.
I'm more like a producer fan.
Yeah.
So I'm in the crowd and I listen a track, and in my head it's already Fruity Loops, and I see the patterns, like how is the pad made and where is the cymbal going, you know? How is the drop? There is something on the drop. There is a ride, there is a cymbal. So constantly in my head, I think other producers can relate, but it's constantly in my head how the track was made. So I don't enjoy properly music like to enjoy, but it's how it's made, you know?
You're like, what kind of plugin is it?
Yeah, what kind of... yeah. Exactly. How I can make the same, you know?
And Marijn is like a walking 1001 track list. Kind of festival.
No, the Hardstyle Wikipedia.
Okay, if I had to categorize myself, I'm more like the where's the bar kind of guy. I always need to have like 2 beers in my hand, and then I'm happy. If I don't have it, then I need to go to the bar. Okay, well, excellent top 5 again.
Thank you very much.
Excellent
Or
top 5.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Well, before we continue, just a short message, and that is, if you like this podcast, and especially in English, then please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also, we try to subtitle the Dutch episodes as well. So, for instance, with Future Noise or with every other guest, we try to bring subtitles as well, especially with the gezellige uptempo kind of guys. That was a really weird episode, but still, it's available in English as well. And if you're listening on Spotify, then please give us the 5-star rating as well. Plus, we also would like to know what you think of this episode with Unresolved, so please leave a comment. Then, Unresolved, in January, it's time for your annual event.
Yes.
In the Maassilo in Rotterdam. And this time, Bloodline, taking place at the 10th of January.
Yes.
It's already the 3rd edition. And I remember last year, there was like a big hunt on tickets.
Yeah. I will tell you from the beginning, like 2023 with my live act Red Blood, you know, and when I say about the popularity thing, you know, and my goal also on my career was to make my own event, you know. So I think that was the perfect time to find a location and do my own event. And Maassilo was always a location together with Klokkebouw, which I have it in my memories because they were the first 2 indoor locations I think I play for B2S, you know, so with loudness. Yeah. And Maassilo was I always loved the industrial feeling about it, you know. And I have a friend, his name is Aaron, and he's the owner of Veranda Events. Yeah. So we had a meeting with him, you know, and we say he was coming up making his own events, and I wanted to make my own event, so we decided to team up to make my own event for the first time, you know. And we contact Maassilo because we want to bring back the raw hardstyle to Maassilo after all these years. So after loudness stopped, there was no any other raw hardstyle event at Maassilo. So we want to bring that vibe, the new loudness, but with you know, with the new name and something. So he contacted Maassilo, we make the deal and everything. And for me, it was a big stress moment because it was a location for 2,000 people, you know, and I never did the event by myself. And I was like, what if this fell? You know, if this fell, like my name, it's kind of done because if you do your own event. But the first year we did come up with the concept, you know, the new live name, and the new live name was Bad Blood, and because I want to stay kind of in the same thing from Blood thing, you know. So after Red Blood, Bad Blood, and we make the event at Maassilo. We announce the location, the party, the lineup, and we sold 1,500. 600? 1,600, yeah, my manager there knows. We sold 1,600 tickets on the first year, and I was on ecstasy. I was like, oh my God, you know, this is something. This can be really something for every year, because I want to do my own event every year, So 1,600 tickets, the place was full, the dedication was amazing, and was still, to me, it's probably the best event I did in 2024, So we come up with with the new live name, which was for 2025, Final Reckoning, so Bad Blood Final Reckoning. And that's where I will release also my album. So we did a new edition this year, 2025, and we sold out 3 months before. Last year. So 3 months before we sold out, and 1 day before the event on Ticketswap, there was 1,000 people searching for a ticket. 1,000 people. So in my head, I was like, okay, 2,000 people are inside and 1,000 people searching ticket. Maybe we can go bigger, for 2026. But then we will lose the feeling of Maassilo, and Maassilo, I just love Maassilo, the sound system and everything. So I was thinking, better to keep it, like that, intimate, and focus on the fans, and don't go bigger and lose the feeling, and lose also a new location around Rotterdam. It's well connected, so I think that's also very good location-wise. So we make the new edition now for next year, which will be called Bloodline, and the name will stay now, because my live act will be Warbound Live, and the name of the event will be Bloodline. So I want to make it different a bit. I want to keep my event name the same for all these years, kind of like what Warface did with Live for This. Yeah. And my live act 10 will be different, so that's the plan. And so far we are in November, we sold 1,600 tickets so far. Nice. So there's a good possibility to be sold out. So guys, buy your ticket now.
Before it's too late.
Yeah, before it's too late. Because that's the crazy part. Last year, 3 months before, we went sold out. And I got everyday DMs from people, hey, I want one more ticket. Can you give us a link? I'm like, yeah, it's sold out, guys, And this year, the tickets are available. Yeah, it's not sold out yet. So buy your ticket.
Yeah. And to extra push that, because I've been at both events, and this event from this year, the 2025 edition, this was such an amazing event. Yeah. I think it was personally one of my best events that I've visited.
Yeah, oh, that's nice to hear, man.
And I think I can say that for all the people that went there, because the vibe is so unique.
Yeah,
like, it's also dedicated and
yeah, that's the thing. It's the thing that I'm missing the most from back in the days. It's like loudness and that kind of crowd. Yeah. And I feel that crowd. It's at my party. Yeah. They go full force from the beginning till the end, and dedication to the maximum, Because, as a DJ, sometimes you play bookings when like the crowd is very good, and then very bad the weekend after, and then medium the weekend after. I don't know, it's because my fan base, or because they come for my music and they got the most crazy with my music. I don't know what it is, but it's always like unbelievable vibe, and every year it beats the year after, and
especially when you play the track Final Reckoning itself, that everyone screams a lot. That it's so insane.
Yeah, it's insane. So I actually made the Warbound Ost. Warbound/Bloodline Ost. Yeah, I don't want to call it
official soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't want to call it Anthem, because I think
OST.
Anthem.
Yeah, OST.
I don't want to call it Anthem because I think Anthem is a big word to use, So the OST for my live act for the event, and I just finished it actually last Saturday.
You premiered there the Warbound track then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, nice. That's really cool. That's a really cool approach on how to announce your OST indeed, right?
Yeah, so it's like the switch between Final Reckoning and then the new live act name. It's Warbound. Why Warbound? Warbound because I heard from a lot of people when they are watching my sets, it looks like a war zone. So every time if Unresolved plays, they say you go in a war zone. There's no breaks. There's like kicks every time, and you have no time to rest. And after the set is done, it's like you coming out of the war zone. Yeah. and I'm in my head, okay, I need something to do something with this. That's why the name Warbound. I couldn't call it Warzone because, we have Call of Duty and the Kronos make also track Warzone. So I was like, it's too predictable or something. So I call it Warbound. But also there was the, Warface, Warbound, So I don't want to be associated with anybody else. I want to make stuff unique. So, let me tell you, Warbound was a difficult decision because I for months I was struggling to find a new name, and I found the name. I have a new logo. I have brand new visuals, which are like the best visuals I ever had, and brand new live act outfit by Reaper Dogs. and also the best live act outfit I ever had. And I think it's really unique, and I think nobody in the scene has something like that. And the mask is gone, so I'm done with mask, because every time I'm like with the asthma on stage because I can't breathe, you know.
That's already pretty nice that you have like a completely new experience to a whole Warbound. But if I'm not mistaken, you're not playing one but 3 times at your own event. Maybe? Was it 3 times?
Yeah, Unresolved Origins, and then Warbound Live, of course, and then with Rejected again. So you see, my memory is good, bro. 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. Also a Delusion.0 album showcase, D-sturb versus Ihor.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's like a solid lineup.
Yeah. So the thing with my event, you know, I also have to. Of course, we team up with Veranda events, you know, but the lineup decision, it's all on me, you know. So because I want to have DJs, producers, which fits with my name, you know. Of course, I cannot put anybody from the new generation because it won't fit the style of the event and everything, you know. So it's hard for me also to make a lineup and the names which are fitting. Because, like you say, also with Regain is doing good, you know. But everybody, like, it's difficult to find artists who are fitting. So every time it's hard to do a lineup, you know. But
to come up with something unique, maybe.
Yeah,
also,
unique,
right?
and not to do the same thing every year, because we end up in this kind of situation. But we are my lineup is the only people who are making this kind of sound. It's not like I can put anybody new there, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with the lineup. I'm happy with the 24 lineup, 25, and now 26 lineup. The plan is to do the event every year, you know, and every year kind of raise the bar. Also, like look with the location, maybe more decos, more stuff inside the location,
more upgrades,
you know. So not to do the same thing every year, you know. So we are also busy with that. Yeah, intros and visuals, all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah.
Cool. So on the 10th of January 2026, what can people expect of this night, and why do they need to buy that ticket right now before it gets sold out?
In my opinion, like, of course, I don't say this because it's my event, but it is the best event of the year, you know? I clearly don't say because it's my It is the best event of the year, and you just can't miss it, you know?
You should watch the videos from the past few years.
Yeah, after movies and stuff. We have after movies online, we have videos online, you know?
Yeah, just see what's going on over there, and you'll find it at the 2026 event.
you know, I was also surprised because, of course, my fan base, like nowadays, the more I am in the scene, the more my fan base is becoming old, you know. So now they're like 24, 25, 26. But at my party, I also saw 18 years old, 19 years old, you know, which is nice to see, by the way, you know, because usually, like, the new generation are everybody see that they are fans of the new raw hardstyle. They are not fans of the OG, you know. So yeah, it's nice to see, and I wish more young people will come up to parties like this, because I think it's the best part of the year, you know.
A great way to start 2026 with the Bloodline event.
Yeah. Also, you know, January it's that month for the event industry, like we all know. So I was like, I need to fill up my month with something. So I will do my event in January.
But that is not the case anymore, because with the whole Project One 2 shows, and also the Gearbox event back in January.
Supremacy Classics.
Yeah, but that's crazy also. You know, when I did it 2024, there was nothing.
There was nothing.
And now January is filling up for everybody. Yes, that's good.
Everybody was just looking at your event as in, okay, when can we sell events?
You're welcome.
You are the trendsetter.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we can wrap this episode up. Yeah, Ihor, thank you very much for sharing your story and, one of the many stories.
More stories coming up.
Maybe we can save that for another podcast. Thank you so much for coming and sharing all the details. And good luck with the final preps for the event, the Bloodline event on the 10th of January in the Maassilo. Marijn, how did you think? What did you think of this episode and Unresolved story?
Well, I do think he knows it, but I'm a really big fan of him, so I really had to hold myself in. No, but I've been at his parties for like 8 or 9 years. I am even in an how do you say that, in And after footage, how do you say that?
An after movie.
After movie from 2017, when you were intense at the Fnatic stage.
Yeah.
And I was going without a shirt all out. And
You already shared that picture with us.
Oh yeah, of course, that one. Yeah. No, but it's incredible to have him here, and really to hear his
happy to be here,
to hear his story as well, because it's pretty an interesting story as well. So
yeah, usually online I'm not really that talkative about my past or anything like that. So sometimes it's nice to share my story, my point of view about music and everything. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. And at first I said I'm not a podcast guy, but now I'm a podcast guy. So expect a new episode every week.
Hey. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay,
And thank you guys for listening and watching. We hope to see you at the next Plafonddienst next Tuesday at 4. No, that depends on where you're listening. We see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Do it.
This podcast is powered by MailLions. Use discount code HARDNEWS10 for a 10% discount on your festival outfit.